Kamusta po tayo? Kamusta po yung 2026 natin? Kaya pa? O pagod na? Pwede mo bang tignan yung katabi mo, sayo mo sa kanya, kaya pa ba? Ayan. Sige nga, tanong mo nga siya, sayo mo sa kanya, kakasimula lang natin. Di ba? And so, hindi ko po alam if you're like me, but kanina po kausap ko po si Emjo. Anyone dito familiar po with the series Stranger Things? Meron po ba? Yan. Ay, si ma'am. Ay, Stranger Things. Yung iba, ayan. Ay, napanood nyo? Ay, sinong hindi po familiar sa Stranger Things? Taas kamay. Ay, marami. Yung anak nyo, siguro, alam niyang, hindi rin. Alam niya, di ba? Okay. So, si MJ po kasi, she's been trying to convert me in watching Stranger Things. Kung hindi niyo po alam yung Stranger Things, it's one of the most trending series for the past years. Kailan siya nagsimula, MJ? Which year? Ayun, may mga, anong year po? Yes, may alam, 2016, no? 2016. So, ganun na po katagal. May 5 seasons. Ang problema ko po sa series, hindi ko, baka yung mga adults magsasabi, hindi ko yung naiintindihan, parang K-drama lang po yan. Kaya po, ang problem with series is that pag minsan yung mga episodes sobrang haba. Mas gusto ko pa pong manood ng movie, kasi 1 oras lang yun, 2 hours, or at the least 3 hours, tapos na. Ang problema sa series, yung ilang seasons, ilang episodes, ilang minutes yung episode. At hindi po natin napapansin sa pagsimula po natin ng isang episode, akala natin 40 minutes lang, 45 minutes lang yan, pero pag kinompile mo yung 5 episodes ng 45 minutes, ilang oras na po ang nasayang. Ilang oras na pong nakalipas. Pwedeng umabot ng 3 hours, 4 hours. Tapos magugulat ka bakit ang baho-baho mo, gutom ka, 'di ba? Parang dungis-dungis mo. It's because nakahiga ka lang, sobra kang hook sa pinapanood mo. So, ano yun po yun? So, this week, she was trying to convert me in watching Stranger Things. Yung problema, this week, ang dami pong pangyayari po. So, I don't know if you're like me, nagsimulang 2026, at parang feeling mo parang, hindi pa tayo nakakakalahati, parang ang dami na pong pangyayari sa ating buhay. Meron po bang ganyan? Yung parang sunod-sunod na yung mga dapat idesisyon, yung mga dapat problemahin, yung mga dapat isipin, yung mga dapat pasanin. Meron po ba? Or easy-easy lang yung taong 2026 nyo? Di po ba? Parang feeling ko po, ako po yung 2026 ko, parang na-pull yung mind ko tsaka yung utak ko in different directions, different decisions. And so today po, as we saw last week, we're now talking about the importance of beginning the year 2026 with the end. Ayun po, last week po, sobra po nating na-emphasize po na ang buhay po ay lagbay. Pag hindi po natin naintindihan na ang buhay po ay lagbay, we will miss the point of life. That's why tignan mo yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, lumalagbay ka ba? Yan, sige nga, tanungin mo nga siya. Yan. Pag sinabi po nating lumalagbay, it means we are moving in life. Kumikilos po tayo, bumabiyahe po tayo, whether that be physically, but most importantly, spiritually, emotionally, and even mentally. We're talking about a kind of growth, pagbabago. I think wala po sa atin na gusto po sa 2026 walang mangyari sa kanya. Walang mangyari sa pamilya niya. Walang mangyari sa career niya. Walang mangyari sa mga plans niya. Kumbaga, everyone, we desire growth and change. Yung ayaw po natin na matapos ang taong 2026 na wala po nangyari po sa atin. Tama, mali. Unless ayaw nyo magbago. Unless ayaw nyo na may mangyari po sa inyo, everybody's desire is growth and change. Tama, mali? Ay, parang, hello? Right? We want growth. Growth in ourselves, growth in our relationships, growth in our career, growth in our mindset, growth in maybe our physicality, maybe for some of you, growth in our finances. Everybody desire growth this year. Yung sana naman may marating ako, sana naman may mangyari sa amin, sana naman not for the worse, but for the better. And as we saw last week, when we talk about growth, yung similarity po ng growth ay hardship. We can never aim for growth if we do not expect hardship. kung gusto po natin ng pagbabago, tsaka kung gusto po natin ng growth in every aspect of our life, we have to expect hardship. Magiging mahirap. There's no growth that is happening that does not require hardship. Because if we want to grow this year, then we need to understand magiging mahirap. Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Sabi mo sa kanya, mahalin mo, yan. Patay tayo dito. Ulit, tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Tignan mo siya mata sa mata. Sabi mo sa kanya, mahalin mo ang kahirapan ng buhay. Yan. Whenever we find ourselves in hard situations, instead of saying, ano ba to, ito na naman, always change your mentality and say, this is an opportunity for growth. Whenever ikaw nahihirapan ka, meron kong naharap ng isang bagay na sobrang challenging, don't ever put in your mind, ito na naman, ano na naman, malas na naman. But change your mentality by saying, maybe this is a chance for me to grow. Ay po pag minsan, yan po yung kailangan po natin matignan po for the past weeks. Ay po kung ano pong kalaban po talaga po natin sa buhay, hindi po problema. Ang kalaban po talaga natin sa buhay, hindi rin po yung asawa natin. Hindi rin po yung amo natin. Pag minsan masyado po natin pinoproject yung naghahanap po tayo ng taong pwedeng masisi. Tama ba rin, di ba? When something goes wrong, we always trying to figure out sino yung culprit. Sino yung may kasalanan dito? Sino yung may mali dito? Yung parati tayo naghahanap na may masisisi para lang hindi tayong masisi, di po ba? Yung gusto po natin i-project tsaka ibato ang responsibility. And that's why when we have to look at it, the reason for that is because akala po natin yung mga kalaban po natin sa buhay ay problema, hirap, asawa natin, anak natin, magulang natin, kapatid natin, yung boss natin. Pero sa totoo lang, pakinggan nyo to, ang totoong kalaban po natin, ang utak natin. Sarili po natin. Yung mga thoughts na naririnig po natin, it all starts here with our thoughts, with our mentality, with our mindset, which affects our hearts, which affects our spirit, and then affects our entire being. That's why ang dapat kalabanin po, hindi po yung asawa nyo. Hindi po dapat kapitbahay nyo. Hindi po dapat yung mga anak nyo, magulang nyo, o amo nyo. Ang dapat yung kalabanin po, sarili po natin. We need to fight all those negative thoughts, those toxic thoughts that can bring us down. And that's why oftentimes, naalala po, we always say this, kung gusto po natin gumandang ating buhay, hindi dahil sa maganda bahay, maganda kotse, maganda trabaho, kahit maganda yan, pag bulok ang loob, bulok yan. That's why no matter how much you attain financial success, no matter how much you work hard for money, because I know this will make my life good. Maybe, yes. But no matter how much money you have, pag bulok ang loob, magiging bulok din po ang ating paggamit ng ating pera. And that's something that we will see next week because we don't have time today. That's not my topic. But we need to understand that it's very, very important to get a hold of our thoughts. What are we thinking? What are we telling ourselves? How are we encouraging ourselves? Or how are we scaring ourselves? Paano po ba natin pinapatapang sarili natin? Paano po ba natin tinatakot ang sarili po natin? Si Emjo magagalit sa akin kasi may pinanood po akong ibang series naman. Hindi Stranger Things. Iba. Kasi mas shorter yon. Sobra po akong tinaman, meron pong isang mentor, sabi po niya sa kanyang tinuturuan, sabi niya, don't punish yourself. Ay po, sobra po akong umiyak doon because sometimes yun po kasalanan po natin. We like to punish ourselves. Kulang yung ginagawa mo. Hindi pa sapat yan. Sabi na nga ba, masama kang tao. We love to punish ourselves with those negative thoughts. Grabe po, ang totoong kalaban po natin yung kung ano man po yung bumupulong po sa atin. And oftentimes, those voices, they're ours. It's our fear. It's our anxiety. It's our ego. It's our pride. Naalala niyo po, in every person, there's always a good and bad side. Naalala niyo po yung kwento po ng dalawang lobo? Naalala niyo po? May kasama ba ako? Naalala niyo po ba yung kwento ng dalawang lobo? Sino pong hindi po nakakaalala? Taas kamay. Isa lang? So alam niyo na lahat? Hindi ko na kailangang ikwento? Sinong hindi nakakaalam? Taas kamay. One, two. So, there was a boy that went to an old village and saw an old man. And the old man said, don't ever forget, in every person, there are always two wolves. A good wolf and a bad wolf. Tignan mo yung katabi mo. Yan. Sige, tignan mo siya. Yan. Sige, tignan mo lang siya. Yan. Tignan lang. Tingin lang. Tapos amuyin mo siya ng konti. Yan. 'Di ba? Biglang ikaw naging wolf, no? So, this old man was talking to this guy, this boy or this man na, ano yun po yun, yung bago pa po sa lagbahay ng buhay. At ang ganda po ng wisdom na pinasa po niya sa kanyang, sa batang to. Sabi niya sa bata, don't ever forget, in every person's life, there are always two wolves. Dalawang lobo po sa ating puso. A good wolf and a bad wolf. And then sabi niya, in every aspect of that person's life, at sa buong lifetime ng taong yan, there will always be a fight between the good and the bad wolf. Always. Kung may dalawang lobo po sa ating puso, may dalawang lobo po sa ating pagkatao, yung dalawang lobo na yan, they don't live peacefully together. They're always fighting. Why? To know who's gonna win. The good one or the bad one. That's why parati po nag-aaway yung pangit tsaka yung kagandahan po natin. Always. So hindi natin po pwedeng masabi, masamang taong yan. Ay, ito mabuting tao. Lahat po tayo may kasamahan at kabutihan. Ay po, oftentimes, I don't know, it's very weird. Pero this week, these past days, these past months, may mga times pag minsan ng Diyos, pinapa-slow down ka talaga. Pinapabagal ka talaga. Kasi pag minsan, sobrang bilis ng takbo ng utak mo, sobrang bilis ng ambitions mo, sobrang dami mong dreams, plans, steps to follow through, na pag minsan you're forgetting to look around you and just cherish the people around you. Eh ayun po, pag minsan yun po yung naging kasalanan ko po for the past weeks and months, yung sobra po tayong, let's go, yung nakakalimutan po natin to enjoy one another's presence, to laugh about yung pagtawanan yung tao sa katabi mo. Alam mo yun, yung, nakakatawa pala yung tawa niya, di ba? Yung, ay, pikon pala to. Yung, oftentimes, yung, we think we are with people, but we're not with people. Does that make sense? Yung, pag minsan, hindi porkit kasama mo, kilala mo. And I've realized na, it's so easy for us na ipinpoint yung kasamahan ng tao. Madaling, alam yung pag nakita mo yung tao at masasabi, grabe ang sama ng taong to dahil ito. Yung ang bilis po natin magkapansin ng kasamahan ng tao. Pero yung, you know what's the hardest exercise? The hardest exercise is to try to see ano yung kabutihan ng taong to. And I put this week, these past days, with everything that's been happening to me, whether that be sa ministry or personal life, grabe po, minsan pinapabagal po ako ng Diyos for me to see not just the bad in people, but also the good in people. And it's the same with us. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, punishing ourselves na parati na lang natin nakikita sa sarili natin yung masama. Na hindi po natin nakikita na meron rin po tayong kabutihan. And so, yun po yung sinabi po nung mama po sa bata na the entire lifetime, or entire life, those two wolves will fight. Ang ganda po ng tanong po ng bata. Sabi ng bata sa old man, but my question is this, who will win at the end? Sino mananalo kung parati siya nag-aaway? Ganda po ng sagot ng mama. Sabi niya, the wolf that wins is the wolf that you feed. Yung lobong mananalo, yan po yung lobo na pinapakain mo. So we all have two wolves in our lives, in our hearts. A good one and a bad one. And if we want to know kung sino pong mananalo, it is based on the one that we will feed. Sino pong pakakainin po natin? The good wolf or the bad wolf? So yung totoong kalaban po natin, hindi po tao, hindi po problema, hindi po hirap, sarili po natin. The voices of our fear, the voices of our anxiety, the voices of our ego, the voices of our pride. Those are the voices na if we keep on listening to, that will make us feed the bad wolf. But what if we get to listen to the voice of our faith, to listen to the voice of our humility, to listen to that voice of grace from God and that goodness of us? Imagine how we are feeding the good wolf. That's why that's the biggest challenge for us. The biggest challenge for us is how do we keep on fighting ourselves, especially the bad side of us. That's why, alam niyo po, sa totoo lang po, ang problema po natin, hindi po hirap. Ang problema po natin, ano yung thoughts natin sa hirap ng buhay? Ang problema po natin, hindi yung problema natin sa asawa natin. Ang problema po natin, ano yung mindset natin sa gulo nyo, sa away nyo. Ang problema naman, hindi po yung kahirapan na kailangan po nating pasanin. Ang tanong, paano mo ba pinapasan? That's why I've been reading some authors and some athletes, sabi nga nila, when you look at every weight, kung kayo po pumunta na po ng gym, nakapunta na po ba kayo ng gym? Nakapasok na ba kayo? Kahit once po sa buhay nyo. Di ba when you go to gym, there's a big area there na, di ba, puro dumbbell. Tama, mali. Puro weights yan. From 2 kilos to up till what? 50 even kilos, mga dumbbells po yan. Di ba pag tayo po beginner, ang takot po natin, hindi natin kaya yung mabigat. Tama, mali. Parati yan yung mentality natin, masyadong mabigat yan. Hindi ko kaya yan. So whenever you initiate in working out, especially with weights, they're always telling you to start light. Tama, mali. Always, yung magaan muna. Hindi dahil sa mas madali, pero yung dahilan bakit pinapabuhat sa yung magaan, kasi ang importante, hindi po yung weight. Ang importante, paano mo magagawa yung movement? Kasi yung injury po, hindi po yan nanggagaling sa bigat ng weights. Yung injury po, nanggagaling po yan sa maling forma ng katawan, maling pagbubuhat, maling pag-execute. Kasama ko pa po ba kayo? Doon po nanggagaling, hindi po sa weight. So that's why kahit magaan yan, pero mali yung pagka-execute mo, mali yung pagkabuhat mo, mali yung pagkapulot mo, kahit magaan yan, injured, disaster. That's why we should not fear the weights of life. We should fear our own posture. Paano natin papasanin? Paano natin sasaluhin? That's why marami pong tao magaan lang naman pinapasan, pero mali-mali ang pagbubuhat. Grabe yung worry, grabe yung fear, grabe yung thoughts. Wala po yan sa pinapasan. Nandun po yan sa paano mo siya pinapasan. Paano mo siya binubuhat. Paano mo siya dinadala. Di po ba kayo na-amaze po sa mga tao na kahit grabe kabigat ang problema nila, kaya nilang pasanin ng magaan? Wala po yan sa weight of life. Wala po yan sa hardship of life. Nandun po yan sa paano ba natin papasanin. Alam po, one of my prayer for us this year, 2026, is sana po magkaroon po tayo ng desire to journey with God, to walk with God. Magkaroon po tayo ng desire na, I just want to journey through this year. I just want to be led by God to wherever He will lead me, whether that be for myself, my family, my career, my calling. Alam po yun, kung ano man yun, yung I don't want to be stuck. Whether that be emotionally, whether that be physically, whether that be spiritually, there must be a sense of urgency sa atin na I don't want to dwell on the past. I want to cherish the present, but I also want to head towards the future. Yung gusto kong pumunta towards what's next. Kasi oftentimes ang problema po natin, kaya hindi po tayo makalakbay po ng ayos kasi sobra pong nagpapabigat yung regrets, yung past, yung bakit ito nangyari? Sana ito kasi. Dapat kasi hindi ko to ginawa. Yung sobra po tayo na weigh down sa the past year, the past mistakes, the past hurts, the past relationship, na it keeps us from staying right now, enjoying the present, being aware of our surroundings, at on top of that, hindi man natin ma-cherish ang present, at hindi rin po natin makita yung kinabukasan. Mahirapan po tayong makitang kinabukasan po natin kung masyado po tayo nagpapahila sa past hurts, sa past relationships, sa past failures. alam niyo po, that's one of the things that's so hard with us, yung it's so hard for us to just let go. Because parati tayong may, what if? What if? Yung problema, wala nang what if. Tapos na yun. What happened? Happened. Ginusto mo? No. Dapat ba, iba dapat nangyari? Maybe. But at the end of the day, what happened? Happened. Kung mababago natin, siguro binago na. Ang problema, hindi po natin mabago eh. And we have to trust God enough na everything that happens in our life is for a reason. God knows better. And if you remember Romans 8, even if it's bad, you have to trust God enough na God can turn it for good for those that loves Him. That's why pag minsan kailangan po natin ilagay sa ating sarili na what happened, happened. We can't go back. Pag minsan yung akala natin we're holding it, we're not holding it. You allow this to hold you. And so you have to break free. You have to let go of it so that you can go back to the present, which is Happy New Year. 2026 na. Buhay ka pa. Nandyan pa yung mga minamahal mo sa buhay. Mataba ka pa. Kumakain ka pa. Diba? Nakakakilos ka pa. Yung pag minsan we're forgetting the little luxuries that we have. Kakalimutan po natin yan. And if we don't break free from that, we can't be present in the present, and on top of that, hindi po natin sisilip ang ating kinabukasan. At pag hindi po natin nasilip ang kinabukasan, it won't give us the desire to go there, to forward there, to push through there, or to urge there. Mawawalan po tayo ng excitement. Kaya nagkakaroon po tayo ng walang pakialam kasi masyado po tayo nagpapahila sa nakaraan. Yung kahapon, yung nangyari, yung hurts and all. I mean, understandable, pero we have to understand. Everybody gets hurt. Tignan mo mga katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, sige, tignan mo siya, tapik mo siya, sabi mo sa kanya, huwag kang masyadong drama. Yan. Sabi mo sa kanya, hindi sine ang buhay mo. Di ba yung pag minsan masyado tayong madrama sa buhay? Alam mo yun, yung the way kang humiga sa kama, parang akala mo merong nanonood sa'yo. Alam mo yun, yung the way kang umiyak, yung walang nanonood sa'yo. Yung walang may paki sa'yo. Yung ayaw po pag minsan we have to understand, ang tao walang paki sa atin. Alam niyo po bakit? Kasi masyado nilang paki ang sarili nila. Ang problema, yung paki po natin, hindi po natin nilalagay sa tama. Hindi po natin nilalagay sa tamang lugar. And so that's why kailangan po nating ilagay yung ating sense of urgency elsewhere. Sana po yung ating pagsimula ng 2026, hindi po tayo manhid. Hindi po tayo numb. Pero we have this sense of urgency na, okay, I'm here now. But what's tomorrow? What is the tomorrow of me? What is the tomorrow for my family? What's the tomorrow and what's the future of myself? Where God wants to bring me? Where God wants to bring my family? Where God wants to bring us as a church? What God wants me to do with my life? Where God wants me to be a blessing? Where God wants your family to be a blessing? Kung ano yung mga bagay na ipapagawa sa atin ng Diyos, hindi pa dapat doon po tayo nakatingin. Doon po nakagaze po ang ating mga mata at ating mga puso. That's what the new year is. Saan tayo patungo? Saan tayo papunta? Panginoon, show us the way. Pagod ako, ubos ako, ito ako, but I'm still in that mentality, keep on showing us the way. Because a hardship should not stop you from journeying. Hindi porkit nakasalubong mo ang hirap, ay titigil ka na sa lagpayan ng buhay. Kaya tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, lagbay ka pa. Yan, sige, sabi mo sa kanya. Parang ayaw nyo. Diba? Parang ang sinasabi mo sa kanya, mamatay ka sana. Diba? So we have to understand this. We are on our journey. And so if we're on our journey, we have to move. And if we're on our journey, if we're moving, it means growth. And growth means hard. That's why one of the many words for us this year, 2026, is the word hard. Kailangan po nating mahalin ang kahirapan ng buhay. Bakit? Kasi alam po natin ang kahirapan brings us towards growth. Kung may hirap, ibig sabihin, merong growth. Kung may hirap, ibig sabihin, lumalakbay tayo. Kung may hirap, ibig sabihin, sinestretch tayo ng Diyos. May tinuturo po sa atin ng Diyos. Tinatransform po tayo ng Diyos. Kaya that's why dapat this year, 2026, magkaroon po tayo ng perspective change on hardship. Now, of course, we don't want to always have it hard, pero whenever hard comes, we don't despise it. We love it. And we say, what's this growth for me? Anong magiging growth nito sa akin? Will it be a financial growth? Will it be a mental growth? Will it be an emotional growth? Will it be a spiritual growth? Or will it be a familial growth? Will it be a marriage growth? Will it be a relational growth? Will it be a personal growth? Yung doon po natin makikita, pag tayo po nakaharap po ng hirap, let's try to think that way. Where will this hardship bring me? That's why, allow me to read Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and following as we start 2026. Sabi po dito, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. And let us run with endurance the race God has set before us. Verse 2, we do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now, he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. Verse 3, think of all the hostility Jesus endured from sinful people. Then you will not become weary, you will not give up. After all, you have not given your lives in your struggle against sin. You see, the life that we have is called the life of faith. Tayo po mga followers of the way. And that's why in the coming weeks and months, we'll talk about the gospel and what it entails sa atin bilang followers of the way. Kasi tignan mo yung katabi mo, mukha naman siyang Christian, di po ba? Yan, sige nga, tignan mo nga siya. Or hindi, di ba? Yung, alam niyo po, yun yung pagminsan sa ating postmodern ethos, yung masyado po nabiblur yung line between the secular and our spiritual world. I'm not saying na magkahiwalay po yun because ako po naniniwala po ako kung sino ka man sa loob ng church at kung sino ka man sa labas ng church or sa labas ng kung ano mang circle mo, they're not different people. It's the same people. That's why the way that you conduct yourself with Christian friends, with Christian surroundings, with the secular surrounding, kung magkaiba po yan, may problema ka. Because it's not about the spiritual and the secular. Ayun po pag minsan po sa ating pagka-postmodern, nabiblur po yung line. What I'm trying to say by that, it's yung nawawala po yung ating mga values po sa buhay. Kakalimutan po natin what we're standing for, who we are as a people of God. Pag minsan, sobra pong normal po sa boses po ng society na dapat ito ang tao na we're forgetting. That's not our way. Our way is the way of love. And the problem with our society, hindi po natin nakikita at naririnig po kung ano po yung way of love. That's why the church is needed for such a time as this. Because it's only in churches where you get to learn the way of love, the way of Jesus. And that's the thing that we follow. Yan po yung sinusundan po natin. That's called the life of faith. That's why alam niyo po, pag tinitingnan po natin, tayo po, as much as we want success, that's not the life that we want to pass to our kids na naging quote-unquote successful po tayo. Pag tatanungin ko po kayo, kung meron pong isang bagay na importante na gusto niyo pong ipasa sa inyong mga anak, ano yun? At kung ano man yung sagot mo, yan ang buhay mo. If you're saying, pera ko, you're living a life of greed. Because ibig sabihin, kasi yun yung importante na gusto mong ipasa sa anak mo. Ibig sabihin, doon umiikot yung buhay mo. So ano man yung importante sa'yo, yun ang buhay mo. That's why we have to understand, we have to learn as we grow as parents, nagiging iba po yung ating blessing sa ating mga anak. Nagiging iba po yung ating panalangin sa ating mga anak. Have you ever prayed na, Lord, sana yumaman yung anak ko? Meron po bang nag-pray ng ganun? Meron? Huwag po kayo mahiya, I just wanna know. Meron po ba? Di po ba mas ma-importante yung protection, guidance, kesa sa, sana yumaman tong anak ko, sana maging artista tong anak ko, Lord, make way. Wow. Diba parang babaw ng panalangin natin kung yan yung panalangin natin sa anak natin? I think what's most important to the parents is, Lord, guide my child. Protect my child. Lord, in the way that I have encountered you, do the same for my children. Nagiging iba po yung ating panalangin sa ating anak kasi dumana po tayo sa buhay eh. And so if you want to know what your life is all about, think, kung ikaw may anak, anong gusto mong ipasa sa kanila? That's where your life is going. That's why I would remember yung tatay ko nung ako naging 10 years old. Di ko po makakalimutan yung sinabi ng tatay ko. Sabi niya sa akin, Kev, wala kaming imamana sa'yo ng mama mo. So isip-isip ko, malamang. You see, my dad knew firsthand. Wala kaming perang may bibigay sa'yo. Alam na niya firsthand. Hindi ko alam kung magiging magandang buhay na ibibigay ko sa iyo. Yun yung first hand sinabi sa akin ng tatay ko. Because alam niya na yung mga bata pwede maging spoiled eh. And when we talk about spoiled, it means na yung bata na yung whatever gusto ng bata, dapat meron siya. And it's so hard for parents to live up to that kind of kid. Imagine parati mong ibibigay lahat ng gusto ng anak mo. You're not raising up a kid, you're raising up a monster. That's why it's so hard to keep up with that kind of life. Kaya unang-una nung ako naging 10-year-old, yun yung sinabi sa akin ng tatay ko, wala kaming maibibigay sa'yo ng nanay mo, ha? That's when I realized I had to fight. I had to journey. Life is not easy. Hindi porkit gusto mo, makukuha mo. At hindi lahat ng gusto mo sa buhay ay maganda para sa'yo. Naalala ko yung sinabi ng tatay ko, pero ito lang ang mabibigay namin sa'yo. Na walang ibang makakakuha sa'yo, walang ibang makakanakaw sa'yo. And then he said, sabi niya sa akin, yung aming pagsusunod sa Diyos. I'll never forget that. Sabi niya sa akin, kung merong isang bagay na pwede namin maipasa sa'yo ng mama mo, tignan mo kung paano kami sumusunod sa Diyos. I'll never forget that. Kasi nung 10 ako, hindi ko maintindihan. What does it mean to follow God? What does it mean to walk with God? Diba, at 10 years old, who will understand? Even us, sa tanda natin, parang, how do you do that? But as you grow, as you mature, you realize, grabe no, yun palang importante sa buhay. We're not perfect. But as hard as we can, as much as we can, we need to walk closely with God. That's why we look at this, Hebrews chapter 12. Ito po yung paalala po sa atin na we are living a life of faith. And as we continue this year 2026, allow me to give us two things or two anchor as we begin the year 2026. Kasi importante po na hindi po tayo nagpapahawak sa past. Dapat magkaroon po tayo ng realization na we have to begin with the end in mind. Ano po yung future po natin? Saan ba tayo papunta? Saan ba tayo patungo? Saan mo ba dadali ng pamilya mo? Paano ba tayo lalagbay at magpapatuloy lumagbay sa buhay? And that's why it will be very hard for us to continue in our journey if we don't recalibrate ourselves and listen to Hebrews chapter 12. The first one is this, verse 1. Sabi po dito, let us strip off every weight that slows us down. You see, alam niyo po, it will be very hard for us to grow this year 2026, to face hardship this year 2026, if we don't understand Hebrews chapter 12. And the first thing for us to live this life of faith sa taong 2026, if you want to be more serious with God, more serious in your faith, more serious in journeying, growing spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever growth, it is very, very important to understand this verse. Strip off every weight that slows you down. Whether that be past, whether that be past failures, past fear, past anxieties, past hurt, there are many things that slows us down. Kasi kahit gano'ng kaganda yung plano ng Diyos sa atin, kahit gano'ng kaganda yung future sa atin, pero kung maraming mga bagay nagpapabigat po sa atin, it will be very hard for us to journey. Pwede ko po bang kayo, to be honest with us, yung again and again, I will always say, and we must always be reminded, ang kalaban po talaga natin, sarili natin. Kasi when we look at what's happening around us, pag meron po tayong nakaaway, pag meron po tayong naka-misunderstand, naka-miscom, yung it's so easy to, ito kasi, siya. But we have to understand, at the end of the day, saan nanggagaling yung mga sinasabi natin na yun? They're coming from the voice of ego na, you're right, he's wrong. It's coming from a voice of pride na, you're better than that person. And that's why we have to understand, lahat ng mga reaction po natin sa ating buhay, it comes from either the voice of the bad wolf or the voice of the good wolf. Ano po kanong magiging pain ko po bilang isang pastor po for us? Is that hindi po tayo makalagpay ng todo this year 2026. Yung hindi po tayo makarating sa destination na kung saan gusto kadalin ng Diyos. Because lahat po tayo meron pong destination or race na binibigay po sa atin ng Diyos. And like what I said last week, it is a responsibility to find our star, to find our race. What's the race that I must run this year? Ano yung dapat kong ipaglaban sa taon na to? Saan ba ako dapat tatakbo this year? Ano yung dapat kong bigyan ng pansin this year? Well, last week po, naalala niyo po yung mga taga-Amsterdam? Yung couple po, si Mark at si Eunice. Nung gabi, nagpa-counsel po yung mag-asawa. 3 hours kami nag-usap. I kept on telling them, the message was for you. You have to find your star. Kahit maayos trabaho mo, kahit marami kang pera, pero kung wala kang direksyon, kung wala kang destination, kung hindi mo alam kung saan ka dadalhin ng Diyos, para saan lahat ng lakas mo, ng galing mo, at ng pera mo. Sige nga. Remember, bad use of money, bad return of money. Good use of money, good return of money. Same way, bad use of life, bad return in life. But good use of life, there will always be a good return. Always. That's why it must always be an aim for us. What will be my journey this year? That's why for us to understand this life of faith, sabi po ng Hebrews chapter 12, let us strip off every weight that slows us down. Tignan mo yung katabi mo. Yan, sige, tignan mo siya. Tapos ikapa mo yung braso niya. Yan, sige, ikapa mo lang. Yan. Sige, kapa mo. Yan. Kung hindi ka naiya sa katabi mo, pwede mo bang ikapa yung, anong tawag dito? Hita. Yan, sige. Alam niyo po ba, nagkaroon po ng bagong study? Pag malaki raw hita mo, ito pag malaki hita mo, tsaka yung mga paa, yung legs, mahaba buhay mo. Ito pero pag maliit ang hita mo, ayan, sabi mamamatay ka na raw bukas. Or hindi naman pa yan, pero pag manipis. Now, pag sinabi kong malaking hita, hindi fats, I'm talking about muscles. So the bigger the legs, the bigger the possibility and the rate for you to live a long life. You want to know why? Because legs is movement. You can't move with your hands. Hindi po ba naman na mag-handstand ka? Hindi po ba? Di ba? Ang weird. Di ba? We're always moving with our legs. And so the legs are a beautiful factor for you to see kung hahaba buhay mo o hindi. Because it's a beautiful indicator na kung magiging active ka pa ba in the years to come. And that's why when I was looking at that study, say ko nga po, grabe, very funny because when we talk about lagbay, hindi ka makakalagbay kung hindi mo ginagamit ang inyong mga paa. Same way with faith. You can't journey if you don't use your legs, if you don't put feet in your faith. That's why, tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo at ikapa mo yung hita niya. Yan. Mahaba ba buhay niyan? O Alam mo yon. And knowing us in Europe compared po sa Pilipinas, dito po kasi sa Europa, lakad po tayo ng lakad. The best way to strengthen our legs is to keep on walking. That's why if you want to be healthy, the minimum steps per day should be 10 to 12,000 steps per day. Now, we're living in the 21st century. Wala ka na pong excuse. Yung phone mo, binibilang yung steps mo. Yung watch mo, binibilang yung steps mo. That's why meron po akong, hindi ko na alam kung sa Amsterdam yon. Basta merong isang tao, sabi niya, Coach, ano tong steps na to? Sabi ko, patay tayo dito. Hindi niya alam kung ano yung steps. And so, sabi nga po, if we want to strengthen our legs, it's very, very important that we walk. Ibig sabihin, you have to move. You can't strengthen yourself if you don't move. You can't strengthen your faith if you don't journey. You can't strengthen your relationship if you don't go through storms together. Hindi lalalim ang faith mo, hindi lalalim ang pagmamahal mo sa asawa mo o sa mga tao sa paligid mo if you don't go through hardship. And not just go through hardship, but journey through it, yung you'll go through it. Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Kapa mo yung hita niya. Ayan. Okay. So the first one is walking, movement. Second one is running. Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Sabi mo sa kanya, not running after the bus and metro. Ibang running po yun. But the best way for us to strengthen those are actually running and walking. And it's crazy because when you look at the image of journey, ibig sabihin, meron kang destination, meron kang goal. And it's very similar with spirituality and faith. Kasi when you walk, you don't just walk to walk. You walk because may pupuntahan ka. You run not because you just want to run, but there's a distance to run. And it's the same way with faith. Kung gusto po nating lumalim ang faith po natin, if we want to grow spiritually, emotionally, physically, there must be a movement from us. We must move. But the problem is the reason why people can't move, ang daming nagpapabagal sa kanila. Ang daming nagpapahawak sa kanila. Kaya hindi po sila makagalaw, hindi po sila makakilos. So yun po yung sinasabi po ng Hebrews chapter 12. If we want to journey, we have to make sure and be aware of the weight that slows us down. Anong nagpapabagal sa atin? What keeps us from journeying? What keeps us from going through those hardships, from moving, from walking, from running through it? Because we have to. Pag may hirap, huwag ka lang sa, maganda to. Di pasukan mo. Go through it. Run through it. That's why sabi po dito ni Mark Manson, today is the day yet again. Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, Happy New Year. Yan. Sabi po dito, the day where we all sit down, contemplate our lives, dwell on what we want to change, and ask ourselves, what do I want in the new year? Yan po parati po ang dilemma po natin sa ating pagsimula ng taong 2026. Ano bang kagustuhan ko? There are the cliche answers. Itong taon na to, after 10 years of trial, I want to lose some weight. Kasi parati yan yung mga taon ng mga resolution, papayat na ako, magiging healthy na ako. Maybe you want to get a raise. Maybe this year you're gonna say, I need to save money. Dapat hindi ako gastador. Maybe you're someone na this year, sa lahat ng hirap na hinarap ko, I need to go on a nice vacation. I don't know kung ano po yung mga kagustuhan po natin this year, yung mga plano po natin this year, yung mga goals, dreams, and all. Then, there are deeper and more personal answers. Get over a fear, find a romantic partner, or maybe, para sa maraming mga young adults natin, wedding, or learn a new skill. But the underlying assumption of all these goals is that there's some magical thing that you lack. Every time that we talk about the new year, every time that we talk about ito yung kagustuhan ko, ito yung plano ko, dapat ito mangyari, the reason why we think about that, it's because akala po talaga natin parati may kakulangan sa ating buhay. That's why we always want to add. And if you're like me, you've now done the same exercise dozens of times, and most years, it doesn't amount to a whole lot. Kung babalikan po natin ang year 2025, yung beginning of the year 2025, hindi ko po alam kung ilan po sa atin nag-list down ng goals. Ang tanong, ilan po doon ang nasunod? Ilan po doon ang nagawa? And that's why when we retrospect, we always do the same mistake every time. What will I do this year? What do I want this year? And sabi po ni Manson, well, this year, I'd like to suggest a different approach. Kung hindi yan nag-work for the past 5 years, maybe it's time to change. What if this year, sabi po niya, instead of thinking about what you would like to add to your life, What if we ask ourselves, what are we willing to give up or remove from our lives? Pag minsan akala po natin, nandun po sa pagdadagdag sa ating buhay. But the truth is, wala po yan sa dagdag. Pag minsan, kailangan po natin magbawas. If we want to move, if we want to go to the destination where God wants us to go, we can't get there kung marami po tayong bitbit. Kung marami po tayong dala. What if, instead of asking, what do I want to add in my life, what if we ask this year 2026 para makalagbay po tayo ng ayos, what am I willing to give up? What am I willing to remove from my life? Ano yung mga bagay na dapat ko nang hindi gawin? Dapat i-let go. Habits, maybe plans, maybe programs, maybe doings, I don't know. But us, we know the things that slows us down from journeying with God. Because in 2026, most of our problems is not that we lack access or opportunity to something. Ang problema po natin, hindi po yung marami pong kulang sa ating buhay because we can access to anything. The problem is that we have access and opportunity for too much. Sobra-sobra po yung ating mga resources na hindi po natin alam kung anong dapat nating piliin, bigyan ng pansin, at bigyan ng ating panahon. Sabi po, the problem with our times is that we are scattered, distracted, overwhelmed, and pulled in 8 different directions. In short, parang katabi mo, ngarag. Yung kakasimula lang ng 2026, pero ang pangit na naman ang buhok niya. Sorry po sa mga walang buhok. Diba? Kumbaga, yung alam mo po, kakasimula pa lang ng taon, pero parang natapos na yung 2026 mo. Parang ganun. Yung hindi pa nagsisimulang laban, pero parang talo ka na. Di ba? Say po dito, that's the problem with us and it's not our fault. Yan ang problema ng society. Society is stressing us out. Kita niyo po yung nangyari this week? Sino po hindi po nakapasok? Sino hindi nakatrabaho this week dahil sa snow? Meron po ba? Sino hassle talaga this week? Di ba hassle? Pero years ago, alam niyo po ba sa Paris? I think, if I'm not, 7 days na ganun kakapalang snow, hindi po na-paralyze po ang city. Tagbo pa rin ang city. Pero this week, 2026, 9 centimeters yata of snow, paralyzed lahat. Punta ako ng grocery store. Aba, walang stock. Kasi yung mga magsa-stock, hindi pumasok. Alam mo yun, talagang paralyzed lahat. And it's crazy because that's what, ano po yun? Society will stress us. Kaya understandable na scattered tayo, distracted tayo, ang dami po nating pinoproblema. Yung hindi po natin alam kung ano ba dapat natin bigyan ng panahon. That's why it's crazy. Ito lang po yung panahon nyo ng Sunday na kung saan nakakaupo lang kayo ng maganda at ng maayos. Kasi sa mga bahay nyo, nakaupo kayo pero nasa phone kayo. Kaya pasalamat kayo sa akin. Kasi ito yung oras na hindi kayo nagpo-phone. And it's so hard nowadays because everywhere you go, you always have your phone. Tapos on top of that, hindi pa kayo sinisingil. Ngayon po ba kung ilang mga retreat sinisingil nila para lang magkaroon sila ng disconnection retreat? And say, that's what Sundays do to us. Ngayon po yun, yung kahit ayaw nyo makinig sa akin, wala kang choice eh. Bakit? Kasi alam mo may impyerno ka pag ikaw hindi nakinig sa salita ng Diyos, di ba? Joke lang po. Pero what I'm trying to say is that this is the only time where we get to sit down, calm our minds, calm our emotions, our spirits. And on top of that, you get to listen to things that helps you. Because pag sa phone, those things that you watch, they don't feed you well. So, kalma ka na nga, upo ka pa ng maayos, at yung mga naririnig mo pa, maganda. And on top of that, gwapo pa yung nagsasalita. Bakit parang ayaw nyo maniwala? Sasampalin ko kayo, hindi joke lang. But what I'm trying to say is that, parang sarcastic po yung pag-applause nyo, parang sana mamatay na to. But what I'm trying to say is that, see, these are the little luxuries that we have that we don't realize. That's why if we want to know if we're listening to our negative thoughts or positive thoughts, it's what we feed. And usually, society feeds us negativity. Society feeds us fear. Society feeds us injustice. You go to social media, lahat ng algorithms po natin, it feeds us stupid things. Yan, brain rot. That does not help us be in touch with our positive thoughts. Ngayon po kagabi or kahapon, minakausap po ako, one of my mentors. Pagkausap ko sa kanya, sabi ko sa kanya, can you check me? Check on me. Ito yung mga thoughts ko, ito yung mga emotions ko. Tapos he was just talking to me, was just telling me things. Sabi ko nga, grabe, no? You were so connected with our devices, with our social medias, liking other people's posts, envying other people's posts. But they don't make us accountable. It's feeding envy and fear. We're forgetting to talk to the people that cares about us. Kaya after nung kausap ko po sa kahapon with my message, sabi ko, grabe, no? Grabe yung iba yung tulong. When you feed yourself in positive things and good things, iba yung effect. That's why whenever you have a hard time, and alam mo yun, it's a challenge for you to make time for God on a Sunday, always put that in your mind. Hindi ka naman nagpapa-attendance check dito eh. But it's your accountability to yourself na, I can't let my bad wolf win. And if I want to feed my good wolf, it is only by the presence of God. Only by the grace of God. If we want to journey well, we need to strengthen the good wolf within us. That's why ang kailangan po natin matanong sa ating sarili, what are we willing to give up? What are we willing to remove from our lives so that we can journey? Say po dito, instead of thinking in terms what you want to gain, think in terms of what you will give up. Don't think, I want to lose weight. Huwag mong sabihin, papayat ako. Kasi hindi yan mangyayari. Sa totoo lang, hindi yan mangyayari. Si Eunice po ng taga-Amsterdam, after namin mag-counseling lang ng seryoso, sabi ko, may tanong pa ba kayo? Biglang sabi ni Mark, Coach, may tanong po si Eunice. Sabi ko, bakit ikaw nagtatanong? Kasi naiya po siya. Sige, huwag kayo maiya. Sabi ni Mark, gustong tanungin ni Eunice, Coach, paano magpapayat? So, syempre, tawanan kami. Sabi ni Eunice, Coach, naiya ako kasi parang wala namang kakwentang-kwentang tanong. Sabi ko, hindi, sige, pag-usapan natin. Sabi niya, Coach, gusto kong pumayat. Sabi ko, bakit? Mataba ka ba? Tapos sabi ni Mark, Coach, nung girlfriend ko po yan. Well, hanggang ngayon, payat po yan. Ngayon, di ko po alam kung ano nangyari sa kanya. So itong si Eunice, sabi niya, Coach, gusto kong pumayat. Sabi ko hindi mangyayari yan. Sabi niya, Coach, nagka-count ako ng calories. Sabi ko, patay tayo dito. Nag-exercise ako, 1 hour ako everyday sa treadmill. Sabi ko, sus ko po, Panginoon ko. Sabi ko, pero 4 months ko na ginagawa, wala pa rin nangyayari. Sabi ko, malamang. Sabi ko, paano ba kinakount yung calories mo? Coach, 1,500 calories lang ako. Sabi ko, wow. Sabi ko, magugutom ka. Sabi ko, Coach, talagang 1,500 calories lang. Sabi ko, wala yan sa calories. Ang tanong, Ate Maricel, Happy New Year. Dito ka na pala. Sorry, na-distract ako. Kailan ka dumating? Kagabi? Parang ngayon lang kita nakita. Kagabi ka na dumating? Sige. Sige, balik ka na doon. So, hindi lang sa 1,500 calories. Ang tanong ko sa kanya, sa 1,500 calories, gano'ng karami yung carbs na kinakain mo? Gano'ng karami yung fats na kinakain mo? Kasi 1,500 calories nga, pero puro kanin. Puro tinapay. Biglang sabi niya, Coach, yun nga po. Tapos sabi niya, Coach, paano yan? 1 oras po ako nagte-treadmill every day. Sabi ko, walang mangyayari. Hindi ka papayat sa treadmill. Sabi niya, ha? Hindi ba? O ito, may time pa po ba kayo? Kasi may time pa po ba kayo? Para maintindihan natin yung sinasabi ni Manson. Pag sinabi mo sa sarili mo na papayat ka, na gustong hindi mangyayari yun, tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Sabi mo sa kanya, wala ka ng pag-asa. Hindi, joke lang. Tignan mo yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, makinig ka. Yan. So si Eunice, sabi niya, Coach, paano ba ako papayat? Kasi akala ko, di ba, food and movement. Tama naman, food, movement. Sabi ko sa kanya, hindi. Sabi ko sa kanya, ilang oras ka ba nagtatrabaho sa isang araw? Imagine, accountant po kasi si Eunice. Grabe nung pinagchismisan na yung mag-partner. So si Eunice po accountant. Starting at 9 a.m., finishing at 1 a.m. Grabe, no? Kaya sabi niya, kaya Coach, pag minsan, nagpapa-deliver food na lang kami. Pero Coach, 1,500 calories pumapasok doon. Say ko, you don't know the fats that they're putting in there. So tapos sabi niya, tapos coach, sabi ko, bakit mo ba kailangan mag 1 hour treadmill? Sabi ko sa kanya, kung ako sa iyo, 3 times a week lang. Sabi, ha coach, 3 times a week? Pwede na yun. Sabi ko, oo nga, pag minsan 2 times a week, okay na yun. Kaya hindi porket everyday ka nag-workout, may nangyayari. Because it's not your working out, it's about finding the culprit in your life. Bakit hindi ka pumapayat? Hindi sa gusto kong pumayat. Ang tanong, bakit ka kaya hindi pumapayat at bakit ka kaya tumataba? Tama, mali? So kahit gustuin mo, kahit ipag-fasting mo yan, kahit ipag-pray mo yan, magsindi ka ng kandila sa lahat ng mga churches dito sa France, sa Notre Dame, dito sa isang church, kahit ano mga, anong tawag nito? Hindi, di ba parang may Holy Mary, something like that. Oo, di ba? Yung magtatlong ganyan ka, mag-apat ang, kahit gawin mo yan, kahit gustuin mo, kahit sabihin mo, imamanifest ko, hindi yan mangyayari. Because you have to figure out, bakit ka kaya hindi pumapayat? What are the things in your life that keeps you from losing weight? Because even if you want it, if you're not figuring out the things that keeps you from losing weight, walang mangyayari. Sa Cookie Eunice, may time pa kayo, di ba? Upo lang ako. Sa Cookie Eunice, ito hanapin natin culprit. Bakit hindi ka pumapayat? Biglang sabi ko sa kanya, una, pag-usapan natin yung pagkain mo. Coach, puro kanin po ako, tsaka tinapay. Sabi ko sa kanya, bawasin mo yon, yung sa 1,500 calories mo, aralin mo macros. Wala po akong time. Kung gusto niyo makipag-usap sa akin patungkol dyan, magpa-counsel kayo, mga 200 euro per hour lang naman. Kasi, excuse me, 3 years ko ito pinag-aralan, tapos bibigay ko lang sa inyo ng ganito. Anyway, so pinag-usapan namin macros. Sabi ko, basta macros, very important protein. Basta yun lang. Protein ka na mag-protein. Tapos sabi ko, so yun yung food. So tama ka sa 1,500 calories, ang problema lang, mali-mali yung mga kinakain mo. Sabi ko sa kanya, so the culprit is yung food delivery mo. Bakit? Anong culprit? Busy sa work So anong gagawin? Alis siya na ng trabaho? Work around it. Sabi ko sa kanya, kailan day off mo? Monday po. Di mag-batch cooking ka na ng Monday. Do you know what batch cooking is? Ano? Ganun kayo ng ganun, hindi kayo makasagot. Ipe-prepare na yung food nyo for the entire week. Why? Hindi mo na problemahin, hindi mo na iisipin, init ka na lang sa microwave. Say, Cookie Eunice, okay ka ba kainin the same thing every day? Opo, coach. O sige, maghanap ka ng breakfast, lunch, dinner mo na yun lang that hits yung 1,500 mo, wala ka nang isipin. Kasi pag minsan, pag pagod ka na sa trabaho, kahit ano na lang kinakain mo para lang mawala yung gutom. Tama, mali. At least, pag nag-batch cooking ka sa day off mo, solve na yon. O next, bakit mali ang 1 hour treadmill per day? Because if you want to be healthy, if you want to lose weight, you have to look at your steps. If you don't hit 10,000, 12,000 steps per day, hindi ka papayat. Coach, 1 hour treadmill ako. Sabi ko, kahit mag 1 hour treadmill ka, 300 steps lang yan. Or thousands. Biglang sabi ni Mark, coach, yung trabaho po kasi ni Eunice, 2 minutes away from the home. Tapos pag accountant, anong parating ginagawa? Nakaupo. In short, ang culprit niya ay inactive. So yung talagang culprit niya, trabaho. Kaya hindi siya pumapayat dahil sa work. I'm not saying tanggalin mo trabaho. Work around it. So sabi ko kay Eunice, bumili ka ng treadmill sa bahay or ilagay mo sa office mo, parang habang nag-aaral ka, maglakad ka. What I'm trying to say, it's good to want it. But if you want it, try to figure out what are the things that keeps you from becoming it. Gusto mo maging maayos kang tao? Gusto mo mas lalo kang mapalapit sa Diyos? Good wanting yan. Ang tanong, what keeps you from doing that? Gusto mong tumodo sa Diyos? Gusto mo talagang mapalapit sa Diyos? Good yan. Pero kung gusto mo magawa yan, ang tanong, what keeps you from doing that? You have to figure out the things that keeps you from doing what you need to do. That's why sabi po ni Manson, don't think I want to lose weight. Huwag mong isipin, gusto kong pumayat, but think about the snacks, the dinners, the alcohol, the night outs that you're willing to trade away. And when you trade them away, you will naturally result in the fitness you desire. Tanggalin mo yung mga bagay that will keep you from becoming a better you. That will keep you from growing. Sabi po dito, instead of thinking in terms of gusto ko magkaroon ng love life this year. Instead of thinking in terms of finding a new partner, think in terms of all the types of people you will no longer spend time on. The ones who you know are wrong for you, yet you keep going through the same motions anyway. And realize, pakinggan niyo po to, when you remove yourself from the spaces, environments populated with the wrong people, you make space for the right person to arrive on their own. That's why life, it's not about adding. Life for 2026 is about making space for the new. You want the new to come in your life? You have to make space for it. And if we want to make space, it means we have to remove. What are the things that you need to remove in life? People, relationship, career, plans, jobs, I don't know, desires. But what are the things that keeps you from journeying with God? Instead of the money that you want to save, gusto kong dumami ang pera ko. Think of the expenses you will cut. Hindi ka naman nanonood ng Netflix, ititigil mo na subscription mo. Yung we need to think of the expenses that we will cut. That's why pag minsan marami po sa atin, gusto ko talagang, alam mo yun, magtodo sa church. Hindi ka totodo sa church kung dami mong inuuna muna na hindi naman dapat. That's why it's always the worst thinking to think na, oh sige, pag may pera na ako, pag may extra gagawin, it will never happen. Because it's not about adding, it's always subtracting. That's why, for example, kausap ko nga po si MJ, because I think alam niyo naman, kami po, I mean, not kami, but tayo, we're very strong on health and physicality. That's why sa church po, many of us were introduced with CrossFit. And so alam niyo po yun, for the past what? Since 2019, I've been very consistent with CrossFit. Big time, siguro mga 5-6 years. And then last year, I made the decision to cut it. I grabbed my own coach kasi sabi ko, I need to focus on nutrition kasi pa 30 na po ako. And sabi ko, I need to focus on nutrition. I need to build muscles because at the age of 30, you will lose muscle automatically. Even if you work out. Because if you're not intentional with the right muscles that you want to build, malulose mo yan. So that's why imagine you're paying a subscription to CrossFit, no matter how much I love them, kung hindi sila part ng goal ko, alam mo na, babayarin ko pa yun. So if I want something new, I need to let go of the things that won't help me grow. And my gym sa CrossFit is not helping me anymore. So I had to cut that off. Sabi ko sa kanila last year, balik ako ng August. Nung August, nag-text, oh, nasan ka na? Kasi nag-event yung mga bata doon. Oh, sabi ko, September. Dumating September, wala pa rin. January 2026 na, wala pa rin. And you see, sometimes we think it's about adding for us to change. It's removing. You want to prioritize your family? What are the things that you need to stop prioritizing that keeps you from prioritizing your family? Gusto mo i-prioritize ang Diyos? Yung calling mo sa Diyos? Tanungin mo, check mo nga sa buhay mo, ano yung mga bagay that keeps you from focusing on that? Ikaw ba yung tao na nagsabi na, ito na yung taon talagang todono na ako sa Diyos? Good. Tanong, ano yung mga bagay na yun that keeps you from doing it? Because you know, we know, it's all about removing. Sabi po dito, instead of the hobby that you want to rekindle, think of the mind-numbing activities you will stop. Instead of trying to fix the drama in your life, maybe consider the conversations that you will stop having. Kasi pag minsan kaya nagiging negative ang ating utak, nagiging negative ang ating spirit dahil sa mga taong kinakausap natin. That's the truth. That's why in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and following in Message version, it says, do you see what this means? Mga taong nauna na sa atin who blazed the way and all these veterans cheering on us. It means we'd better get on with it. Sabi po ng Message version, strip down. Tanggalin mo na yung mga dapat mong tanggalin. And when you strip down, start running. And never quit. Sabi po ni Sarah Young, if you want to stay close to me, to God, and do things God's way, ask God to show you the path forward moment by moment. Kung gusto mo talaga sumunod sa Diyos, kung gusto mo talaga magseryoso, you have to ask God, Lord, show me the way. And instead of dashing headlong toward your goal, kaysa sa nagmamadali ka, sobrang excited ka, sabi po ng Diyos, let me set the pace. Pakinggan niyo po, journey is all about pacing. It's not how fast. It's not how strong. It's how long can you stay in the game. Sabi nga nung anniversary ni Coach Pipo, matira ang matibay. That's why sabi po dito, let me set the space, slow down, and enjoy the journey in my presence. Our goal this year is for us to walk with God. Hindi naman po yan nawawala. But again, as I said last week, ito po yung mantra po natin for 2026. Walking with God is going out and doing the uncommon together. Yan po yung ating mantra for 2026. But for us to do this, we need to understand the name of the game. Sino po dito mahilig maglaro po? Yan, meron po ba? Hindi kayo naglalaro. Masyado na kayong matanda. Ha? Yung mga games, yan yung wala. Dapat, ibalik natin sa atin dito sa Paris. Dapat may mga gathering po tayo na wala tayong ibang gagawin kundi maglaro. Kasi masyado kayong seryoso, lagpas na kayo langit. Kaya nung nag-New Year po sa bahay po namin, sabi ko sa'yo, magdala kayo ng mga games. Because, alam mo, nakaupo lang tayo doon, tapos nagtitinginan. Alam mo yun, and kami po magkapatid kasi, yung expertise po namin sa game is cheating. Kasi kami, naniniwala po kami na hindi ka makakalaro ng ayos kung hindi ka marunong mag-cheat. So kaya masaya kami doon. Pero, ang pangit pala pag nakukuha ng ibang tao yung laro mo rin. Nung one time, pumunta kami kila Jeremy, si Danvin kasama namin, nag-uno po kami. Alam niyo po ba yung uno? Kasi yung uno, matitest po yung friendship nyo eh. Pag ikaw naglaro ng uno, malalaman mo talaga kung matibay yung relasyon nyo sa isa't isa. Laro po kami ng uno, syempre kami ni Gab, marunong kami mag-cheat eh. Aba, ito ba namang si Danvin? Siya yung nagbigay ng mga baraha, nilagay niya lahat sa baraha niya, mga +4, +2. Alam mo yun? Eh syempre, ano yung kasabihan na malalaman mo yung tao kasi ikaw rin ganun. Di ba may kasabihan ng ganun? It takes one to know one, di ba? Yung it takes one to know one. So nanalo si Danvin. Pagkatapos namin, nagtinginan kami ni Gab. Nagdaya ka, no? Sabi niya, no, hindi ako nagdaya. Hindi ako nagdaya. Problema, hindi siya Tordesillas, Belen siya. Hindi ko alam kung masyado bang honest yung mga Belen. Hindi ako nagdaya. Yun talaga ang card ko. After 2 minutes, bon, okay, d'accord, oui, j'ai triché. Sabi niya, oo, nag-cheat ako. Kasi kami magkapatid, kahit mag-cheat kami, hanggang sa mamatay kami, dala-dala namin yan. Kaya kung nakasama nyo na kami maglaro at nanalo kami, nag-cheat kami, no? But what I'm trying to say is that it's very important to know the name of the game. If you don't know what the name of the game is, it will be very hard for you to play the game. Every year, parati po akong may word for us, di po ba? For us to set the year 2026. And for us to be able to journey well with God and with other people, the name of the game this year is endurance. That's our word for this year 2026. Endurance. We need to learn and have the ability to endure whatever that will happen to us this year 2026. It will be very hard for us to walk with God and go out and do the uncommon together if we don't endure or if we don't understand that the name of the game this year is endurance. Sabi po dito ni Eugene Peterson, we always want the latest. We always want the newest. But quoting Nietzsche, he said, the essential thing, ito pong importante sa buhay, whether that be in heaven and in earth, is that there should be long obedience in the same direction. Say po dito, thereby results and has always resulted in the long run, something which has made life worth living. The first step for us to understand 2026 is to strip off, to remove the things, to make space for the new. Sabi po ng Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2. And ano raw po yun? Let us run. You see, it's easy to run. But to run with endurance, to run without stopping, to run until God tells us to stop, That's the goal. To run with endurance the race God has set before us. Ay po, sadly po, last year we had a race. And as much as we want people to still run with us, those people that we started the race with, maybe they're no longer with us. But again, parati ko pong sinasabi to, hindi pa po tapos ang buhay. Maybe we'll meet them again in the future. But alam niyo po yun, hindi natin po pwedeng ibase ang ating pagtatagbo sa ating mga paligid po natin. Hindi porkit tumigil siya, titigil din po tayo. Hindi porkit nagmadali siya, magmamadali din po tayo. You see, our running the race of God is all about the pacing of God for us. So hindi mo po pwedeng i-compare yung running mo sa taong nawala, sa taong mabilis, sa taong magaling. You have to let God set the pace of your running. Yung kailangan mo ilagay sa utak mo, hindi yung bakit wala na siya, bakit ang bilis niya, bakit ang bagal niya. Hindi, the name of the game is what? Endurance. Yan dapat yung worry mo. I need to endure. Yan dapat focus mo. Hindi yung taong nawawala, hindi yung taong mabagal, hindi yung taong mabilis. Ang focus mo is, I have to endure the peace of God. Because kung masyado po tayong atat po at masyado po tayong nagpapagpeto sa katabi po natin, because we don't know who will run fast, we don't know who will... We don't stop. That's why sabi po dito, let us run with endurance the race that God has set before us. Sabi po ni Angela Duckworth, enthusiasm, yung sa umpisa, masaya, sige, let's go, kaya natin to, is very common. Yung magsimula na parang sobrang masaya, sobrang dami, sobrang exciting, it's very common. But sabi po ni Angela Duckworth, but ano raw po yun? Endurance is rare. Pagsimula, marami talaga. Ay po, ilan na po nagkaroon ng fitness challenge dito po sa church? Bagong fitness challenge. Parati yan. 50 nagpapasign up. Tapos sa end of the year, 5 na lang ang natira. It's always like that. Everywhere you go, punta po ako ng university. Aral po ako for a year. We were 460 students sa course ko. Wala pang 4 na taon, 50 na lang kami. It's the same with the life of faith. Many people can start at the same time, but you won't run at the same pace. Matirang matibay. And so if you're someone still running the race, huwag kang bilib sa sarili mo. It's only by God's grace. And every time that every time that I look at what's happening in the past years, at pag merong mga tao nawawala, parati kong sinasabi sa sarili ko, pwedeng ako yun eh. Pwedeng ako yun eh. Pwede. Always a possibility. It's just na hindi nag-fall sa akin. Parang Russian roulette lang yan. Babagsak din yan eh. Babagsak din yan. Kaya po kung anong paalala ko po sa Parma, hanggat sa ginagamit pa po kayo ng Diyos, pasalamat kayo. Hanggat sa kinakausap pa rin kayo ng Diyos, sumunod kayo. Hanggat sa tinatapi kayo ng Diyos, sundan nyo kasi there will come a time, hindi na. Can I be very personal with you? Kanina po bago po ako dumating dito, nag-withdraw po ako. Sabi ng nanay ko, bakit ka withdraw? Ayun naman, di ba, yung mga babae. Kasi, kailangan ko itong ibigay sa sa church. Di ba, last month, ito na, di ba, nagbigay ka na dito, Ayun po, if I would consider that, and if I would listen to her, yeah, she's right. Ubus ka. But at the end of the day, I'm not listening to her. I'm listening to what God is tapping my heart. It's so easy to listen to other people. But to listen to what God is telling you, it's very different. Kasi walking with God is hard kasi marami kang magiging kaway. People will not understand you. People will look at you and will say, you're crazy. But yung problema when I look at my life, yeah, maybe I'm crazy, but I know where I'm going. That's why alam niyo po, sa totoo lang po, when we look at life, if I could be very personal with you, kung meron pa po kayong may pinapasan sa church or sa buhay, it's a privilege. Pasanin niyo. We have to dream together as a church. God will make us do the uncommon this year. Kaya kung kinakausap ka, kung tinatapik ka, yakapin mo yan kasi there will come a time mawawala yung time na yan. That's why if we're still here, it's all by God's grace. And that's why this year, kasama ko pa po ba kayo? Our goal is to make sure we don't lose anyone. That's not our goal this year. Our goal by the end of this year is that we're still running together. We're still enduring together. That's why sabi po dito, endurance is rare. That's why, what is endurance? Because that's the name of the game. Endurance is very important for us this year. Ano ibig sabihin ng endurance? Endurance is a big difference between perseverance. Endurance is different. Sabi po dito, the definition of endurance is the ability, nakikita nyo, to keep doing something, ano raw po yun, difficult, something unpleasant, and even painful for a long time na kahit mahirap, hindi ka tumitigil. Ginagawa mo pa rin. Ano raw po yun? Without giving up. That's what endurance is. Na kahit mahirap, ginagawa mo pa rin. Kahit mabigat ang pasanan, pinapasan mo pa rin. Kahit mahirap yung laban, lumalaban ka pa rin. Kahit masakit na yung legs mo, tumatakbo ka pa rin. Without even giving up. Kahapon po, I had training because in a month where some of us were competing sa High Rocks. And one of the races that I will do next week tuloy, sobrang excited, no? One of the races that I will do next month is kind of hard kasi I will enter the pro divisions with my coach, which is I never expected. Sobrang hirap po ng training and all. And so, one of my weaknesses is running. I mean, I can run for a long time, but in High Rocks, it's very important that you run fast. And not just fast, but long. Kasi pwedeng mabilis ka magsimula, pero patay ka na sa dulo. Kasi yan ang problema sa tao, yung sobrang excited sa umpisa, sobrang todo sa Diyos sa umpisa, pero wala nang maibuga sa dulo. Parang faith, no? It's always like that. That's why High Rocks, it's an endurance race. Matibay. That's why pag minsan, when you look at the race, pag tinignan mo yung race po ng High Rocks, hindi porkit una siya sa first station, panalo siya. Usually yung una, siya yung magiging talo. Kung sino man yung huli sa una, siya yung magiging panalo. Because yung labanan hindi po sa umpisa. Yung labanan kung paano mo i-endure yung pain after this, yung pain after the second, yung pain after the third, yung pain after the fourth. Kasi it's pain after pain eh. It's struggle after struggle. It's hardship over hardship. Okay, sa hardship na to, na-overcome mo, pero wag ka. May parating na kasunod. Nabigay mo na lahat dito, alam mo yun, yung wala ka nang maibuga sa second. And so that's why yesterday, I had a training. It's called Tempo Run. Ayun po ba kung ano po yung Tempo Run? Alam mo, di ba? Ha? Patay tayo dito. Sabi ni Kev yung game, Temple Run yun, hindi Tempo Run. Tempo Run. So, ba talaga itong sige? Akala ko talaga, alam mo talaga eh. So, Tempo Run, sino po dito nakapag-run na ng 5K, 10K, di ba? Alay na, di ba? Tagbo. Kasama ko pa po ba kayo? Minamadali ko yung salita ko kasi wala na po tayong time. Di ba, alam po, sino po dito nakatagbo na? Meron? Di ba lahat ng po tayo nakatagbo from a short period of time or sige, distance-wise, 5 kilometers. Kahit gano'ng katagal, basta 5 kilometers. Tama, mali. Alam natin yung run na yun. Yung iba naman yung distance run. Dapat matapos kong 10 kilometers. Walang time. Tempo run is very different. Pag nag-run ka lang ng 5 kilometers, easily paced, yung mamimili ka kung gano'ng kakabilis. Tama, mali. So, yung iba, kaya type ko mag-run si Tita Evin kasi pag si Tita Evin nag-run, parang hindi siya napapagod. Yung pinagpapawisan na siya, pero tapos naalala kong first running kasi si Tito Arvin siya, si Tita Evin. Naalala yun, magkatabi kasi si Tito Arvin noon. Magti-10K sana na hindi niya natuloy. Magti-10K sana. So nagsimula kami mag-training. Ang daming nasaan yung asawa mo? Akala ko nagalit na naman siya kasi iniwan siya. Ang tawag nito, so training kami. So run. So si Tita Evin, grabe yung tagbo niya, ganun. So si Tito Arvin, kita ko nung umpisa talagang, sige, kaya natin to. After a few meters and kilometers, Tita Evelyn, ganun pa rin. Si Tito Arvin, tapos nakikita ko yung pace ni Tita Evelyn, sobrang easily paced. You look at the distance or time run, ikaw mamimili eh. Mabilis ba, mabagal ba, kung gusto mong tumigil. Tempo run is very, very different. Tempo run is you choose a speed and you do that for 8 minutes. No stop. 2 minutes rest, you don't stop and stand, you have to jog. And then again, 8 minutes. And then 2 minutes, 8 minutes, 2 minutes, 8 minutes. So 4 times. Total 40 minutes. Same speed. Yung speed ng gusto ng coach ko, yung parang sprint ko ng 30 seconds. Ay, grabe. And the name of the game was endurance. Yeah, you're out of breath. Yeah, it's long. Yes, masakit na yung legs mo. But all you have to do is endure. Just suck up the pain. You don't have to stop. Endurance is that. Yung kahit gusto mo nang tumigil, di ka titigil. Hindi ka nagpapatuloy dahil madali. Hindi nagpapatuloy ka pa rin kasi mahirap. Yan po ang kailangan po natin for the year 2026. Endurance. Sabi po ni Tommy Baker, endurance is not only a principle, it's a mindset of commitment. It's one thing to commit for a year, but endurance is committing to a process that lasts decade. Matira ang matibay. Endurance is messy. Deal with it, magulong endurance. Kasi talagang kakalabanin mo sarili mo. If you've ever seen someone complete an endurance race, you know it's hard. Intense experience and a messy ordeal of mental, physical, emotional, and emotional stamina. Alam mong nakakaroon ka ng endurance phase because just like any endurance race, you're in for a ride when you choose to last. It will be hard and intense and yet incredibly beautiful. That's endurance to the utmost degree. Pakinggan niyo po. This is what endurance is for the year 2026. You will be pushed to places you never imagined. You're going to have moments when you wonder what the hell you're doing, why you can't simply get in line with everyone else. Makakaroon ka ng doubts na parang, pwede naman maging simple buhay ko ah. Pwede naman na katulad ako nila eh. Yung makakaroon ka ng many mental doubts, many questions. You will experience sleepless nights, existential crisis, and moments that bring you to your knees. And you know it's endurance. Because you will have those thoughts, you will have those negative thoughts, those anxiety, those fears, things that will pull you out, but still yet you're still going, you're still running, you're still journeying. Hindi porket nakakaroon ka ng ganyang thoughts, you're not being enduring. You know you're being enduring because you're having those sleepless nights. You're having moments that will bring you to your knees. Ay po, oftentimes, marami pong mga panahon po sa aking buhay na parang akala mo na parang gusto mo nang bumitaw. And just go onto your knees and you just say, just Lord, just have mercy on us. And you stand up and you just pick up the pace again. That's what endurance is. Say po dito because you know you are living a life of commitment. It's because your mind is messy, your emotions are messy, your decisions are messy. That's why with endurance in mind, let's not forget, ito po ang sikreto po for us to endure 2026. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2, message version, if we want to endure 2026, it says, keep your eyes on Jesus, who both began and finished this race we're in. Study how He did it. Paano po ginawa ng Diyos? He never lost sight of where He was headed. If we want to endure, let's not lose sight kung saan tayo dinadala ng Diyos. There's the finish line. Don't lose sight of that finish line. Then between, it will be hard. It will be messy. Our responsibility sa hard and messy is to endure, not stop. Endure. Sabi po ni Walt Whiteman, keep your face shining. Keep your face always toward the sunshine. And when you keep your face toward the sunshine, shadows will fall behind you. Sabi po ni Mark Manson, two things will happen when you approach the new year with endurance. Kung ito po yung word natin for the year is this. First, you will likely find yourself having to set boundaries with people. Yung akala mo pwede mo pang gawin last year, hindi mo na magagawa this year. Yung mga tao na parati mong kausap, akala mo walang problema. I mean, you're still with them, pero hindi mo na sila magiging ganun katulad na kasama. You will set boundaries with people, with decisions, with work, but you will set boundaries. You will have to learn to say, sorry, I'm not doing that this year. Why? Because this is important. Pakinggan niyo po ito, Paris. There are two things na parati po tayo nakakamali. Yung important at yung urgent. Maraming tao nakakamali. Parating inuuna yung urgent. Kasi emergency eh. Pero pakinggan niyo po kung ano man yung urgent, pag minsan hindi po importante. So it's very, very important for you to understand what's important this year. Pag alam mo kung anong importante this year, kung alam mo kung ano yung growth na gusto mo this year, and sana po, yung one of your major priority this year is spiritual growth. Because kahit mag-grow ka financially, mag-grow ka emotionally, mag-grow ka whether that be physically, pero kung bagsak ang spiritual growth mo, those growth will not attain to anything. So sana po one of your major growth this year is spiritual growth. And so if that's important for you, there will be many boundaries that you will set in. Sabi po dito, you will have, and that's going to be awkward and unfun and totally upsetting to some, so you'll want to be prepared for when it happens. Many times this year, if you want to endure, you will have to say no. Ay po kahapon, nung ginagawa ko po yung 8 minutes, ginagawa ko po yung 8 minutes, sabi ko, grabe, ang haba pala ng 8 minutes. Yung akala mo hindi mahaba, pero ang haba. Try nyo. Gawin nyo this week, tapos text nyo ako. So I was doing it. Tapos grabe yung thoughts yung, sige, after 2 minutes, mag-pause ka muna. Sabihin mo na lang sa coach mo na sumakit siyan mo, may injury ka. Ay po, sa buong 8 minutes ko, isa lang po yung lumalabas na word sa utak ko, no, 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 no. Alam mo bakit marami kang no? Kasi alam mo kung ano yung importanteng yes mo. Kasi pag nag-yes ka dito, mag-no ka sa importante. Pag nag-yes ka sa importante, mabilis na mag-no sa mga hindi importante. That's why life, or this year, if the name of the game is endurance, you will have a lot of no's for the sake of one yes. It's hard to have many yes. Just have one yes, and you will have many no's this year. That's why that's the first thing that will happen. But second, nakita niyo po? Next. Ano raw? Ano po yan sa Tagalog? Papatay tayo dito. Nabobore na ba kayo? Ano po yan sa Tagalog? Narinig ko. Madudulas ka. Meaning to say, pwede mo bang tignan yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, magkakamali ka. Yan, sige, sabi mo sa kanya. O nawala yung energy niyo, sus ko pa tayo. Uli, tignan mo yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, magkakamali ka. Yan. No matter how much you want to endure, no matter how much we want to journey, magkakamali tayo, madudulas tayo, madadapa tayo. Tama, mali? Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo. Sabi mo sa kanya, madadapa ka rin this year. Whether we like it or not. Nasaan si Ate Jimelin? Yun si Ate Jimelin. Nag-10K siya. Naalala mo yung kinuwento mo sa akin? Nag-10K daw siya. Habang tumatakbo siya, meron daw siyang nakitang KitKat. Say ko, grabe, alam niyo po, when I hear stories like that, they're not stupid stories because those are stories that will impact us. Because oftentimes, it will reveal kung ano yung mga distractions or yung magpapabagal po sa atin. And so I really agree with the story of Ate Jimmy kasi pag minsan sa buhay, alam mong kailangan mong tumakbo, pero there will be many things that will make you stop and pulutin mo yan. Enjoy mo yan kasi sabi niya, KitKat yun, di ba? Matcha pa, di ba? Matcha pa. Mahilig siya sa KitKat, mahilig pa sa matcha. Ang problema kay Ate Jimmy, wala yung asawa niya, so wala siyang, wala siyang kasama. Tama ko diba, tumatakbo ka, pagod na pagod ka na, tapos iniwan ka ni Ate Maricel, no? Di ba yung sinabi mo? Walang hiyang tao, no? So tumatakbo daw siya. May nakita raw po siyang matcha KitKat. And siguro bago niya makita yung matcha KitKat, marami ng mga thoughts na, okay lang yan kung di mo tapusin yan. Pagod ka na naman na. At least nakapag 4K ka na and all. So you have those thoughts, internal battles, and then meron kang mga signalis, mga signs that will really affirm your thoughts. Nung nakita mo po niya yung KitKat, tama mo nakita mo, pagkakita mo, anong ginawa mo? Umikot ka, di ba? Ginanon mo yung KitKat. Hindi, joke. Di ba nakita mo, no? Anong sinabi mo? Kukunin ko, nga, so gumanon ka, kukunin ko ba to? Hindi. Tama, no? Tapos, pero pag ako nag-stop, mahihilo ako. Ang daming pumapasok. Tapos, ano nangyari? Tapos hindi mo kinuha. Pagkadating mo doon, anong pakiramdam mo nung hindi mo nakuha yung KitKat? Sayang. Anong naramdaman mo? Yung kwento ni Lot. Oo. Sabi niya, dumiretso siya kasi naalala daw niya yung kwento ni Lot na, di ba, tumalikod si Lot? Yung asawa, Yung asawa ni Lot, naalala niyo po, di ba tumalikod yung asawa ni Lot? Tapos ano nangyari sa asawa ni Lot? Ha? Naging asin. So, ang takot daw ni Ate Jimilyn, nung inikutan daw niya yung KitKat, ayaw na niya, ayaw na niyang lumingon kasi pag lumingon daw siya, magiging asin daw siya doon mismo sa 10K. Pero very memorable and even grabe yung meaning nun. Kasi for her, it's not literal. But meaning to say, when you look back on the things that you regret on, it will harden you. It will keep you there. It will weigh you down. It will slow you down. And it will keep you from the finish line and the future. That's why, ay po, pag tayo tumatakbo, whether that be, we will have moments like that. Whether that be KitKat, whether that be, sino po dito yung nakaroon ng cramps nung 10K niya? Meron ba? Si MJ. Sino? Ikaw rin! Nagkaroon ka rin ng cramps. O magkaroon ng cramps. O sino? Nagka-cramps ka, di ba? Yung kumbaga, when you look at the race, the worst thing that can happen, di pa ba nangyayari sa race mismo? Yung kahit sobrang prepared ka, the worst thing that can happen will always happen in the race. Nung first Hyrox po namin ni Jeremy, sobrang excited. Aba, na-cramp po ako. Pinagtatawanan ako nila, vinidyo yung pagka-cramp ko. And I'll never forget because those are beautiful moments because when things like that happen, what do? You stand up and go again. Kasi yan po mangyayari po. Endurance will test us. We will slip up. We will be tempted. We will be distracted. We will have pains. Yung hindi po siya magiging madali. That's why yung sinabi ni Manson, look, say po second, you're going to slip up. Therefore, next, anong sabi niya? You will need accountability. You will need someone or something nudging you when you mess up. You will need someone keeping you on your path. And you will need someone that will keep you honest with yourself. That's why, sa Ate Verly po nung prayer and fasting, grabe po kasi dumaan po siya with some of the people of the church. Punta po siya sa akin. Nung prayer and fasting, sabi niya sa akin, Coach Kev, sabi mo, ito ang nangyayari, ito po yung issue, ganun. Ito po ang ginawa niya, ito rin ang ginawa ko, and I love what she said. Sabi niya, can you check me? Is there something wrong that I did? Sige, pagsabihan mo ako, I need to know because if no one tells me, ang dami maapektuhan. And that's what accountability is. We need to find those people that will tell us things straight in our face, not because we're not good, but because we're humble enough to know na hindi natin kayang buhay mag-isa. That's why sabi po ng isang African proverb, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But diba po, ito po yung goal po natin. If you want to go far, ano raw po yun? Go together. We don't have a lot of time because I want us to enjoy yung Galidewa po natin. But meron pa po ako sanang isang kwento na gusto ko pong ikwento, but next week na lang. But what I'm trying to say, I want to end with this, na sana po, our understanding is, let's run together. Let's be accountable to one another. When someone slips up, sana hindi po tayo yung bahala ka dyan sa buhay mo, yung ginawa ni Ate Maricel anong tawag nito? Kay Ate Jimilyn, yung naka-cramps na nga, sabi ni Ate Maricel, gumanon daw siya. Hindi niya alam na naka-cramps ka na. Oo. Kumbaga, di ba, we don't get affected by the pace of others. Kumbaga, the pace of others should not make us stop our journey. Pero sana, hindi yun magbigay apathy sa atin na we don't stop to help other people. The only possibility for us to stop is if we need to help other people. That's why, alam niyo po, sa lagbayin po natin, yun po ang importante. The journey with God, but also the journey with one another. And po, it's very important for us to understand na our goal is to run together, to endure together, to make sure when someone slip up, we stop and we say, hey, come, I got you. Yun po yung kwento mo. Di ba? Yung kwento ni Kev, nung patapos na siya. Yung he was willing to stop. Ayaw na niya kasi talagang ayaw niya. But there was someone na hindi niya kakilala, bigla na lang siyang tinabihan, carried him and ran with him. Hindi sila naglakad. He just said, just keep up with me. Nakarating sa finish line, pagtingin ni Kev, wala na yung taong yun. Hindi pala niya alam, si Satanas yun. Hindi joke lang. Pero hindi na niya mahanap yung taong yun. And sabi ko nga, anghel yun. And sometimes, pag mangyari po yan sa atin, sana we allow those people to help us. Or if we see someone spiritually that they need help, may we be someone like them. Kausap ko nga po sa Ate Sarah at sa Ate Jim last week kasi syempre may mga kapatiran po tayo na because yung mga anak may sakit, ang daming mga circumstances, hindi makapunta. Sabi ko sa kanila, why not puntahan natin sila? Yung oftentimes we expect people to come here. But what if yung mga taong hindi pumupunta, instead na i-judge sila, hanapin kaya natin sila. Puntahan kaya natin sila. Yung of course, it's very important for us to gather because we're a church and all we need to dream together. But at the same time, let's not judge people for their whereabouts. Let's not judge people based on their decisions. Maybe they're slipping up. Di ba natin tutulungan? Because one day you will slip up. Sana magkaroon po tayo ng isang mentality na hindi, you'll finish this with us. Sana magkaroon po tayo ng ganyan sa isa't isa. Oo, naintindihan natin matira matibay. Pero sana magkaroon po tayo ng apathy and love and concern na hindi, magkasama tayo hanggang dulo. No matter what happens, I will not leave you. I will not let go of you. We'll do this together. Can I end with this, Paris? And may mga ibang nanonood from Europe. The reason why I'm talking about this, the importance of endurance, kasi we will enter a new chapter as a church. Kasama ko pa po ba kayo, Paris? Na I will need your help. Because alam niyo po, we've been always talking about dreams and dreaming for the church, dreaming for us, dreaming as a village. I'll be asking for us to be aware of where God is bringing us. Alam niyo po, this year, 2026, I will have a lot of travels. There will be a lot of times na I won't be here. And not because alis ako at wala akong gagawin, but because our scene, naalala niyo po yung sinabi na holiday, yung scene po. Our scene is not only Europe. Your village is not only Paris. Your village is not only FR or whatsoever. Our village and our scene is scattered. It is international. And so that's why I'll be traveling a lot this year, but I'll be asking for us na, alam niyo po, ang trabaho po, hindi po ko yan nakasalalay sa presence or absence ng pastor. Because at the end of the day, that's where I'm asking for your help. Pwede niyo po ba akong tulungan dito? Na sana po, itong iglesia po natin, hindi lang po mga pastor na tinatayuan. Sana kayo rin. Because this is not ours, this is not mine, this is ours to take. This is our village for our kids. Kasama ko pa po ba kayo? Na pwede po ba tayo magkaroon ng change of mentality na, hindi naman ako worker, hindi naman ako, kumbaga, we're all part of the same boat. And if, kung may butas sa boat, alam mo na sasabihin mo, hindi naman ako tinatap malulunod ka rin. Hindi po ba dapat we're all aware and on the same boat and trying to help one another because this is ours to take? This is ours to bear? That's why, alam niyo po, nung pumunta po ako ng Singapore, by the way po, there will be 10 from Singapore that will come sa Sigla. Because alam niyo po bakit? Kasi nung pumunta po ako sa Singapore, kinuwento ko po yung mga kwento niyo. May mga kasamaan po tayo sa laban. That's why me going out, it's not because I'm leaving you, but it's because we are expanding our network. We are expanding our scene. There are more people dreaming with us. There are more people praying with us. There are more people fighting with us. Lumalaki po ang ating mundo, lumalaki po yung village po ng ating mga anak, lumalaki po laban. At kung lumalaki po laban, dapat lumalaki din po yung ating mga kasamahan. That's why meron pong 10 to 15 that will come sa Sigla because they want to meet you. Grabe, no? I'll go to the Philippines sa Feb for prayer and fasting because I will share your stories. Sabi nga ni Coach Pip sa niya, Kev, you have to tell us your stories because we want to fight not for you, but with you. Kasama pa po ba kayo? And so that's why you have to bear the church. If you say that this is my village, this is my church, bear it with us. Pasanin natin to ng sama-sama. Kumbaga, wag mo siya sila naman yan. Hindi, atin po to. Hindi to sa workers, hindi to sa pastors, hindi to sa leaders. This is ours. Parang ayaw nyo. This is ours. This is the gift of God for us. On top of that, we will have guests this year. Si Tito Rob, kilala niyo po si Robert, tsaka Robert Senya, tsaka si Isay Alvarez. They will be coming dito sa Europe. At alam niyo po kung ano pong sinabi nila sa akin, Coach Kev, we don't want to tour. We want to meet the people there. Kasi every time that I leave, dala ko po mga kwento nyo. Dala ko po yung mga kwento natin as we bear this, the fight that God has given us here in Europe. Kaya pwede ko po bang hilingin ng tulong nyo? Pwede po ba this year, as we endure, sanin mo rin kaya ang church na kasama kami? Hindi to yung kayo dito, kami dito. Hindi. It's all of us. This is ours to take. We all have a share in this. That's why, whenever I leave, I think pinapag-pray nyo naman ako, di ba? Pero whenever I leave, ayun po yung parating usap ko po sa kapatid ko, I'm always bringing your stories with me. Ayun po sa June, there's a travel that's scheduled for me. I might go to Australia to help the work there. And it will be a long trip. As much as I don't want to leave, we have to expand our scene. I have invited other coaches that will come. And I think it's such a beautiful 2026 for us because, alam niyo po yun, I don't know anong gagawin ng Diyos. But one thing that I know we should do is endure together. Not, kayo yan. Hindi, kasama ka dito. Yung damay ka dito. Even if you don't want it, alam mong inano ka ng Diyos eh. So pwede po ba this year, okay po ba yun? Can we have this understanding na this is ours to take? This is ours to bear. The Lord, salamat for this. Thank you for allowing us to bear something that is bigger than us, beyond us. Tignan mo ulit yung katabi mo, sabi mo sa kanya, walang patay tayo dyan. Sige, tignan mo siya. Tapik mo siya, sabi mo sa kanya, walang iwanan. Sabi mo sa kanya, wag mong gayahin si Maricel, ha? But kumbaga, what I'm trying to say, let's endure together. Whenever we see someone slipping up, don't leave that person. Fight for that person. Help that person stand up. And this year, 2026, meron po tayong mga bata from Parma and FR, I think that will go to Compass sa June. Ang dami po makakaroon ng cross-pollination. Amsterdam, from time to time, they will come here. Amsterdam, they're now viewing for a center din. Meron pong nagbubukas po na pinto po sa kanila. See, there's a lot of things that's happening. Sa Parma po, marami rin po yung mga maganda na nangyayari. There's a lot of things for us to look at. Bear ang tanong for us dito sa Paris. Let's ask God, Lord, give us stories. What will we do as a church this year, 2026? Sana hindi na to kanya-kanya. Sana lahat kami, damay kami together. That's why, again, the name of the game this year is what? Sus ko po pa tayo. Ano po? Endurance. We don't stop just because it's hard. We continue, we keep on journeying, we keep on fighting, we keep on serving, we keep on loving just by the grace of God. Kaya again, huwag niyo po itong kalimutan, Paris. Privilege po na tinatapik po tayo ng Diyos. Huwag niyong kalimutan. Privilege po to. Kaya kung tinapik po kayo ng Diyos, sabihin niyo sa Kanya, sige, ilatag mo na lahat. I'll follow. Let's all stand up and let's just end in prayer. Let's all bow down our heads. And siguro sa ating pagtatapos, magandog lang po tayo ng isang awitin sa Diyos. As a village, as a church, a song that will prepare us, a song that will prepare our spirit, our families, our lives for endurance. A song also that will make us fix our eyes on Jesus. Isang awitin na masasabi po namin na, Lord, mahirap. Lord, di po namin alam kung saan sisimulan. Lord, sinisimula po namin ang taon na ubos, pero Lord, nakatingin kami sa inyo. Panginoon, we will run the race that is set before us. Panginoon, salamat po sa tapik niyo po sa amin, aming Ama. Salamat sa inyong pag-uusap po sa amin, aming Ama, for the things that are beyond us. Thank you for making us part of the million dreams of you. At sa ating pag-awit po nito, church, alalahanin po natin yung ating mga katabi. Alalahanin po natin ang ating mga pamilya, ang ating mga tahanan, and even the people that are no longer with us. And as we sing this song, let's look forward towards the future. Panginoon, dalin mo kami sa aming lupang pangako. Handa po kami tumakbo patungo po sa aming kinabukasan. Sige po, let's just sing this song.
Everything that happened, let's sing. Your eyes is on the sparrow. Your hand it comforts me. From the ends of the earth to the depths of my heart, let your mercy and strength be seen. You call me to your purpose. As angels understand, for your glory, may you draw men as your love and grace, and I will rise. And I will run to you, to your words of truth. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race till I see your face. Oh, let me live in the glory of your grace. I will run, and I will run to you, to your words of truth. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race till I see your face. Oh, let me live in the glory of your grace. For the last time, Paul, let's sing. I will. And I will run to you, to your words of truth. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race till I see your face. Oh, let me live in the glory of your grace.
Sige po, palakpakan lang po natin ating Panginoon. Panginoon, salamat Ama. Panginoon, pinupuri po namin kayo. Lord Father, sa oras na to, we just want to thank you for allowing us, Panginoon, na pasanin ang iglesia na siyang binigay niyo po sa amin. Panginoon, salamat po for making us part of a call, of a village, of a scene, of a place that will do good to this world para sa next generation. Lord, Panginoon, we know it's messy, we know it's hard. But tulad po, aming Ama ng sinabi niyo, the way of the cross is not an easy path. It is hard, but in every hardship, we know that you are the God that never leaves. You are the God that never forsakes us, aming Ama. And you are the God that always provides for us. Panginoon, salamat as we start the year 2026, na if we are starting with challenges, whether in our lives, in our homes, in our churches, Lord, may we face it together. May we bear it together. Na Lord, allow us, aming Ama, to run this race, Panginoon, with endurance. Na Lord, Panginoon, allow us, O Father, to be reminded of the gift and privilege that we have to be a part of this. Panginoon, salamat din po, Panginoon, sa bawat kapatiran, sa bawat pamilya, sa bawat tahanan, aming Ama. Na Lord, may this be our mantra for this year. Na this village that you've given us is ours to take. Kami po ang may responsibility po nito. We are to bear this burden that you have given us. Hindi po namin po pwedeng expect sa ibang tao kung di kami. Lord, we remember our kids. We remember our children, Panginoon, na sa aming pagsunod at paglapit sa inyo, kayo na pong bahala sa kinabukasan ng aming mga anak. Nanawa po, we know na whatever we do will not go to waste. It will store up treasures in heaven for them. Salamat po, aming Ama. And Lord Father, as we end today, aming Ama, and as we be excited for the new year up ahead, tulungan niyo lang pang bawat tao na makita kung anong importante for them. Kung ano po yung mga bagay na dapat tanggalin at i-remove na nagpapabigat po sa amin for us to really journey in life. Allow us to feed our good wolf, aming Ama, for this year 2026. And Lord Father, wala po kami ibang masasabi kung di titingin kami sa inyo. Pero titingin din po kami sa aming paligid kung sino po yung madadapa, sino pong mahihirapan, at sino pong mangangailangan po ng tulong, aming Ama. Allow us to be a village that is strong. Allow us to be a village that is deep. But allow us to be a village that overflows with love, grace, and compassion. And Father, as we give our tithes and offering today, aming Ama, and not just today, even for this year, Panginoon, Lord, ayaw po namin kayong idaya, aming Ama. May we not cheat you, Lord. We may cheat other people. But Lord, alam niyo po if we are cheating you. As we give our tithes and offering, Panginoon, may you bless it. May you multiply it, aming Ama. May this bring honor to your name. May this bring honor to your grace and goodness. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo, Panginoon. We will expect great things from you this year as we endure the year 2026 together. Salamat ng marami. Pinupuri po namin kayo. Tinataas po namin kayo. This is our prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. Maraming salamat po and God bless.
Before we part ways, Paul, let's just offer this song of praise. All together, Paul, let's sing. In the midst. In the midst of the darkest night, let your love be the shining light. Breaking chains that were holding me. You sent your son down and set me free. Everything of this world will fade. I'm pressing up till I see your face. And I will live that you will be done. And I will stand till your kingdom come. Tu es ma liberté. Ton nom est plus haut. Oui, le plus haut. Ton grand amour pour moi est infini. Oh, oh, oh. Your light in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. You are light in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Whoa. Muli po, maraming salamat po for continue showing up po. Magkita po tayo ulit next week. Merci! little vampire.